Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into my deck list. I just won my first ever challenge. I've been playing since March and I did it with Iron Thorns. Now here's the thing, this deck is just like a matchup roulette. I hit 3 Lugias, a bunch of people that I know playing the deck from the local scene, so friends, and then I hit a Palkia and I hit a Charizard. So very easy day for me. I showed up, I piloted the deck, and it did what it was supposed to do. So let's go ahead and dive into the deck list. I want to play a game of TCG Live to kind of explain my thoughts, and yeah, let's do it. So first and foremost, obviously, 4 Iron Thorns. That is what the deck plays for Pokemon. So yeah, let's put those aside. We are going to have, let me find the supporters. We are going to have a bunch of a couple one-of supporters. We have a Giovanni's Charisma and an Eri. The Eri feels very cuttable. I like it. Might turn it into something else. Might throw it in another boss. We'll see. But Giovanni's Charisma and an Eri. We have 2 Penny, 2 Colress Tenacity. Giovanni's Charisma is, I guess I could explain a little bit. Giovanni's Charisma is going to allow you to kind of take momentum. It's good in the mirror, so it's really nice if you do bump into a Eri. The Eri is good for getting rid of like really important items, mostly rare candies, energy switches, depending on the matchup. Really, really nice. Penny is good for removing an Iron Thorns off the field and damage looping, penny looping, pulling it up, you know, being able to take all of the attachments back with you in the energies, and so that way you can kind of keep yourself healthy. Because, you know, Iron Thorns only at 230 HP is not impossible to take down, which again, for the sake of explanation, initialization shuts off abilities from rulebox Pokemon. So we have 3 Professor's Research. Sometimes you just dump the little hand you have because it's not like you're really playing any draw, and you draw 7 more cards. We have 3 Judge. Same thing, you can kind of see more cards or at least hand disrupt the other player. If they're a deck that draws quite often, you're going to want to throw a Judge in there just to cut their hand size down. We have 3 Boss's Orders. This is obvious, just gusting up targets to eliminate, and then 4 Arvens. The only reason I have the 4 of Arven is because this is how you're getting your capsules, your tools, lots of things that you need to get with the Arvens that we're going to get into. All right, let's continue with the list. Got the energies off the bottom, and we are going to be playing only 3 stadiums. We have the 3 Lost Cities. This kind of helps you eliminate threats that otherwise they could, you know, recycle back into their deck and continue to pursue KOs on you. Really, really good against things like Mimikyu, Klefki, Fluttermane. I mean, it's good against any small basic. Essentially, you want to put this out there. You want to you get this out with Colress's Tenacity, so it's obviously decent to run, and yeah, you want to eliminate them like that. All right, next we have the 3 future booster energy capsules. You don't really ever play 4 Thorns. Sometimes 1 is prized, and so the 3 capsules is just enough. Lets you have 1 extra space, but the future booster capsule, if you're using the double turbo energy, which I'll get to, we're going to be playing double turbo energies, it's going to lower your damage by 20. The booster capsule pushes it back up to 20 and then gives you the free retreat. So as you're moving your energies around, you need to manage where you're putting it, because when you attack with this, you have to move an energy down to the bench. You need to have energy capsules out, future booster energy capsules out, so that way you can retreat out and do things of that nature. The last 2 tools, we have a TM Devo and a TM Turbo Energize. The Devo, it's for Charizard. I mean, if they get built up and they get a Charizard, it's really hard to take it down. If you're missing the hammers, you're going to lose. You need the Devo. The Turbo Energize is if you're going second, you can kind of get multiple Iron Thorns out and then charge it up with a bunch of energies. So very good tools to have. All right, for the A spec, we have the 1 of Prime Catcher. Very, very good, so you can chase out targets that you're not able to one-hit KO, which is a lot of things you're not really one-hit KOing too often if they're basics, or if they're unless they're tiny basics. So the Prime Catcher, the obvious one of choice, and then we have 3 one-ofs, which is a Pokemon Catcher, an Energy Loto, and a Lost Vacuum. The Lost Vacuum just helps you get things like Hero's Cape, Bravery Charm off, like just anything that you really need to get out of there. If they're getting too much value out of Pokestop, you could do that. Energy Lotto is going to also help you get to the double turbo, so 1 of there. And the deck used to run more Pokemon catchers, but I've cut it down to 1, and I will explain in just a bit. This is a boss's orders, but a 50-50 chance to miss it. So coin flip, Gust, very, very good. All right, let's continue. Enhanced Hammers. So I cut 2 of the Pokemon catchers for Enhanced Hammers because Terapagos needs special energy, needs the double turbos. This is pretty much the only way to beat it. This is also good against Lugia, although the entire matchup isn't incredibly good against Lugia, but the Enhanced Hammers is a really good way of dealing with Gift, Legacy energies, things of that nature. We do have the 2 Canceling Cologne because we don't want to get locked out by Mimikyu. It's as simple as that. 2 Canceling Cologne is going to keep us from that. Techno Radar, this is our searching for Pokemon, our draw item. You do have to discard a card to go in and grab 2 more Iron Thorns, but no big deal. You know, throw something away. If it's a matchup you don't need the Cologne, you just toss this in the discard and go get more Iron Thorns to put on your bench. Then we have 4 Pokégears. I have a little awkward one right here. I don't know, just the only one I have. Pokégear helps us find the right supporter for the situation. Really, really important. And the last item, and very, very important, another awkward situation, 4 Crushing Hammer. These are just the ones I have. I actually think I have another one of these, or 3 of these, whatever. 4 Crushing Hammers, heads or tails, you're going to remove some energy from them. Very, very important. All right, we've already touched on it a little bit, but last and not least, 4 double turbo energies. This just helps you get charged up, and then you know, so you can swing faster. And then 7 basic lightning energy. The attack on Iron Thorns is 1 lightning and 2 colorless. So if you have a combination of here, you're swinging. If you get 3 lightning on, you're swinging, and then you don't even have to worry about the -20 damage. So very, very important the double turbos are, and yeah, you just can manage them. You can get the double turbos with the Colress Tenacity, which is probably the card that brought this deck, you know, kind of to the forefront, and very, very good. So let's go on ahead and dive into PTCG Live. Let's play a game and see how it goes. All right, jumping into a game of Iron Thorns. We're gonna do my best, try to explain the thought process. All right, here we are jumping into a game of Iron Thorns, and I am going to go second. Don't want to get donked. Also would love to get an Arven and an Energy for a potential Turbo Energize, but we will see. Nice, we don't have to mulligan. Beautiful, got really lucky like that today. We also have the Turbo Energize, the Energy, and the Arven, so that's pretty crazy. That is actually just a really nuts hand. So, yikes, that's crazy. All right, let's see what we got. We have a Palkia, and he overbenched really hard, so now the Radiant Greninja is not going to be useful because it is a rule box. Jumping in with an Earthen Vessel. This one can be an interesting matchup. It definitely can. Because if he gets the Froakie built up into a Greninja EX, then he's swinging for weakness. So it could be really, really interesting. But I definitely think we're going to go for, and he got a second Palkia out, so he's at least building that up as a potential attacker. We're going to go for the Crushing Hammer on that, most likely. Might as well. So got to hit the heads. Let's go for the Crushing Hammer. Got the Crushing Hammer. Perfect. So we're going to get rid of that energy. We are going to go here for the Turbo Energize. Now we do have the ability to get both a Techno Radar and a Capsule, which is really awesome. And we're gonna probably throw away the Pokemon Catcher. That's a good question. Or do I want to throw away? Oh, and it's a concede. Okay, game number 2. Game number 2. All right, we're in game number 2. Hopefully I can record a video on this game or on this deck. I don't know that I'll be able to, but we'll see who wins the coin toss. We got them flipping a heads. They did get the heads, so that's something. That is something. I'm gonna sit here and shuffle my deck in real life. Oh wait, your opponent will go first. Okay, good. I want to go second because I don't want to get donked. If it's like a Raging Bolt, it's a really, really bad matchup, so hopefully I don't do that. We've already got 1 mulligan, so the most I've ever done is 8 into a Judge Ball. Hopefully we don't have to do too many mulligans. Looks like we got one. The hand is not terrible because we have the Arven, but we really need an energy on the draw if we want to go for any kind of a Turbo Energize. Ooh, that's really good. I mean, it could be bad because it could be a... Like, it's good that it's a Squawk because now they can't Squawk and Seize. But it's not great if it's a, yeah, it's going to be a Raging Bolt. Maybe not a Raging Bolt. I don't know what we're playing against here, but hopefully something decent for me. I mean, the fact that the Squawk is out and is, you know, one-shottable is really good for me because I can boss it. Interesting. Does Palkia play Squawkabilly? I don't know. But the fact that the Froakie is there is a little bit nerve-wracking. Throwing away one of his Pokestops, so that's good. That's going to be one down once I eventually bump it with this Lost City. Ultra Balling, probably going to go for another Greninja or another Froakie, maybe? I don't know what we're playing against. This might just be like... Okay, it's Palkia. Interesting. Now, my goal in this matchup is really to not let the Greninja EX come out, so I'm going to try to go after that. Not a good Pokestop either, so that's not bad. Unless he's running a Cologne. We already have 4 energy. I don't know the energy count in this deck, though. There's the TM Devo. We're going to go... We have to go for a Techno Radar. I don't have the energy for a Turbo Energize, unfortunately. So we do whiff the attack on turn 2, which feels pretty bad. And I think I'm going to toss away the Cologne because we don't need the Cologne. This also shows how many... Okay, so we have all our Thorns. We're only going to bench 1 here. And I don't think I'm going to booster Capsule. I'm honestly, I'm even thinking about hitting the Pokestop here. I am going to hit the Pokestop. If I throw something away, it's whatever. Okay, we got a Crushing Hammer. And then we're going to bump that. And I think I'm just going to pass here. We lose an Arven and a Judge. It's not the end of the world. The Arven's not great, but losing a Judge is okay. This does mean I'm going to whiff an attack, though, because I'm not going to be able to get charged up. The Palkia V-Star is not great. And I am swinging for weakness. We just have to see. We have to see. I mean, he may run out of steam just because he's running out of cards. I gotta be careful not to give any cards in that scenario. That's why the deck doesn't run any Iono. I used to see it with Iono. Iono's not a great play for this deck. I think the Judge is more of a momentum killer, especially if you can play out a lot of your hand. And he grabbed the Radiant Greninja. I hope he knows. Okay, that's bad. Can't use that. So most likely one of his cards isn't energy. He realizes he can't use it. Unless he's using... Okay, we're going to look for an Arven because that could be a Turbo Energize. That is going to be the Turbo Energize for us, most likely. Okay, we're going to go Turbo Energize. And here's the question. What do we want? Because it may be Prime Catcher. Or it's probably just Energy Loto. Because I have the double turbo in hand, but they don't know that. So we could grab a Lightning. That's perfect. And Lightning's less consequential. So we're going to go here. And I think that that feels good. And we're going to hit the Turbo Energize and throw on a couple of Lightnings onto our benched Thorns. We have the Booster Capsule, so we could potentially swap out. I'm going to need another Booster Capsule if I really want to be set up good. Set up well. Hopefully he doesn't retreat the Squawk. I wouldn't mind taking that immediately, but I also could boss... But okay, so if I want to one-shot boss the Palkia... Oh, Canceling Cologne. That's going to be a V-Star. Okay, that's going to be a Star Portal. This could get really interesting. Concealed cards into a Star Portal, most likely. And then what? Just charge up. I think he might have a KO here. Not super familiar with Palkia, so I don't exactly know all of its lines. It's the reason why I put a Mana Feed back into my Charizard list. But we are going to see the Star Portal come out. Palkia's going to be swinging for a decent amount. Plus the 50. Okay, hits 50 on the bench. I'm going to take a prize, though, so, I mean, it's not, you know, not the worst thing in the world to happen. It's an energy. Not too upset about that. Okay, so if I swing 140, that's going to be 280, so I'm going to boss the Palkia because he whiffs the attack. We go here, we have to use the booster so that way I kill, and then we're going to Crushing Hammer the Froakie if we hit. So we hit, we're going to Crushing Hammer the Froakie, and that's a concede. So, I mean, you guys get the point. It's going to be really hard to record a game of this deck. Yeah, there you have it. I don't know what else more to say. You get the simplicity of the deck list. You're being disruptive. You're managing your energy. You're using the right supporters at the right time. I won't say that the deck takes no skill, but it's probably the strongest deck that requires the least amount of skill. Like it is actually meta relevant. It's entirely dependent on your matchup. You'll play matchups where you just completely instant lose. You'll play matchups where you pretty much win for free. So friends, there you have it. Drop a like on the video. Thank you so much for watching. More TCG content to come. We'll see. I'm still kind of getting into this, but this is the direction I want to go. So thank you so much for the support. Leave me a comment. Let the algorithm know how to find me an audience of TCG people. If you're new to the channel, drop me a comment and say, hey, I'm a former Unite full-time streamer turned, you know, into another MOBA back into Pokemon stuff. So thanks for having me. And as always, friends, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell some of you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.